Top 10 Vietnamese dishes foreigners must try. The stories behind every bite. Food is how Vietnam speaks to the world. Vietnamese food is often described as fresh, healthy, and flavorful. But for Vietnamese people, food is something much deeper. Food is memory. Food is survival. Food is family, history, and identity. Vietnam does not express itself loudly. It speaks softly, through balance, through sharing, and through everyday meals. Today, we're not just talking about what tastes good. We're exploring 10 Vietnamese dishes that foreigners must try, and the stories hidden behind each one. Because to understand Vietnam, you don't start with museums, you start at the table. 1. Pho, the bowl that holds a nation. Pho is Vietnam's most famous dish, but its story is surprisingly young. Pho appeared in northern Vietnam in the early 20th century, during French colonial rule. Before that, beef was rarely eaten. Cows were too valuable for farming. When the French arrived, beef consumption increased, and Vietnamese cooks adapted it into something completely new. Pho represents Vietnamese resilience, taking foreign influence and reshaping it with local soul. For Vietnamese people, pho is not special occasion food, it's everyday life. A bowl of pho in the morning is comfort, at night, it's healing. When you're far from home, it's nostalgia in liquid form. 2. Banh mi, colonial history in your hand. Banh mi is one of the clearest examples of Vietnam's cultural adaptation. The bread is French, but everything inside is Vietnamese. Grilled pork, pâté, pickled vegetables, fresh herbs, chili, sweet, salty, sour, spicy in one bite. Banh mi represents Vietnam's ability to transform hardship into creativity. Instead of rejecting colonial influence, Vietnamese people absorbed it, reshaped it, and made it better. That's why banh mi is fast, affordable, and eaten standing on sidewalks. It belongs to the people. 3. Banh cha, Hanoi's daily rhythm. Bun cha is not fancy, and that's exactly the point. Grilled pork cooked over charcoal, cold rice noodles, a bowl of sweet and sour fish sauce. This dish reflects northern Vietnamese character, practical, restrained, and deeply rooted in routine. Bun cha is usually eaten at lunchtime. Street vendors open for a few hours, then close when everything is sold. No rush. No excess, just enough. Even world leaders eat it on plastic stools. Because bun cha doesn't change for anyone. 4. Goi sion, transparency and balance. Goi quan, or fresh spring rolls, look simple, but they express a philosophy. Nothing is hidden, you can see the shrimp, the herbs, the meat through the rice paper. Vietnamese culture values balance and harmony, not heaviness. Goi quan is light, fresh, and shared. It often appears at family gatherings, celebrations, or casual meals. It teaches one thing clearly: food should nourish, not overwhelm. 5. Bon xio, the sound of street life. The name bon xio comes from sound, the loud sizzle when batter hits a hot pan. That sound belongs to Vietnam's evenings, street stalls, motorbikes, laughter, smoke in the air. Bon xio is eaten with hands, wrapped in greens, dipped in sauce. This dish represents community eating, where food is an experience, not just a meal. In Vietnam, eating together matters more than eating perfectly. 6. Cam tam, from poverty to pride. Cam tam means broken rice. Originally, it was eaten by poor farmers who couldn't afford whole rice grains. But southern Vietnamese turned it into something iconic: grilled pork, egg, pickles, fish sauce, rich flavors built on humble ingredients. Cam tam tells a powerful story: dignity and simplicity. It reminds people that value is not in perfection, but in care. 7. Cao, a dish that belongs to one place. Chow lao exists almost nowhere outside Hoi An. The noodles were traditionally made with water from ancient wells. The ash came from local trees. This dish reflects Vietnam's regional identity, where food belongs to its land. Chow lao is not meant to travel, it's meant to be experienced where history lives. 8. Bun bohue, bold, imperial, fearless. Unlike most Vietnamese dishes, bun bo hue is strong, spicy, and intense. It comes from Hue, Vietnam's former imperial capital. Royal cuisine influenced this dish: complex broth, deep flavors, and confidence. Bun bo hue shows that Vietnamese food is not only gentle, it can be powerful. 9. Cha, food that slows time. Cha ca is cooked at the table, fish sizzling with turmeric and dill. Everyone waits, everyone shares. This dish represents connection. In Vietnamese culture, Meals are not rushed. They are moments to pause, talk, and belong. 10. Banh chung, the taste of home. Banh chung is eaten during Tet, Lunar New Year, square-shaped, wrapped in banana leaves, symbolizing the earth. Inside is pork and mung bean, richness and warmth. Families often make it together, staying up all night. Banh chung represents gratitude, ancestry, and unity. To Vietnamese people, it tastes like home. Why Vietnamese food matters. Vietnamese food is not about luxury. It's about meaning. It teaches balance over excess, sharing over individualism, memory over trend. If you want to understand